Welcome, dear students. The topic of the current session is time period of Old English. I hope and expect by the end of this session, you would have an idea of what do we mean by Old English and what is the time period that is counted as or considered as Old English time. Well, my dear students, at the outset, we need to think about how many divisions are made in the study of English language, how it is divided into different periods or divisions. The second question that might bother us is, are clear-cut divisions possible or not? Well, both the questions do not have definitive answers. As far as the first question is concerned, well, generally speaking, the division of Old, Middle, and Modern English. These are the three divisions that are made. However, these are not the only possible divisions. Sometimes 4 divisions are made where modern period is divided into 2 parts. Sometimes, Old and Middle are brought together and Modern English is separated from that. As far as the possibility of clear-cut divisions is concerned, well, this is not really possible. However, the divisions that generally are used today, in the current times for the study of English language, are those divisions that are generally, agreed upon or that the linguists have a general consensus on. Anyways, right now focusing on the first, period of the history of English language that is bifurcated by, dates is the Old English period, and we are going to talk about that. However, to understand that, we need to understand the origin and position of English language itself. The English language of today is the language actually that has resulted from the history of the dialects that were spoken by the Germanic tribes who came to England. It is impossible to say how much the speech of the Angles differed from that of the Saxons or from that of the Jutes. Actually, Germanic tribes, they had further bifurcation of different types of tribes, and Saxons and Jutes were further categories within that. The differences anyhow were very slight. Certainly they were slight. Even after these dialects had been subjected to several centuries of change or geographical and political separation in England, the differences were not great. English mainly belongs to the Low West Germanic branch of Indo-European family. Indo-European family, from English to Indo-European family to Low Germanic, West Germanic, branch. This is how we would trace the history of English. This means that it shares certain characteristics common to all the Germanic languages. When we talk of Old English period, we can distinguish it by marking it from 450 to 1150. How this period is generally described? Well, most of the times this period is referred to as a period of full inflections, because during most of this period, the endings of words such as nouns or adjectives or verbs had full inflections. However, my dear students, from 450 to 1100, this is the duration of this period, and the period ended, in the 12th century. As this period ended, this gave way to the next period, that is from 1150 to 1500, and in the history of English language, this is known as Middle English.